In a twist worthy of a Hollywood script, the Cleveland Browns are making headlines across the sports world with a bold and unexpected pursuit of none other than Tom Brady, the most decorated quarterback in NFL history. Though Brady officially retired for good in February 2023 and was recently inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame with honors befitting a legend, rumors are swirling that the Browns have made a compelling offer to lure the GOAT out of retirement once more. Could the 47-year-old quarterback, now a broadcaster and partial Raiders owner, actually suit up in brown and orange? Sources close to the Browns front office say this isn't just a publicity stunt. Cleveland, currently building a high-powered defense and stacked offensive roster, sees Brady as the missing piece in a legitimate Super Bowl bid. After years of instability at the quarterback position, the Browns are betting big that Brady's unmatched leadership, clutch gene, and football IQ could deliver the franchise's long-awaited championship. It's a gamble, but with Brady, betting the house has paid off time and time again. Brady's journey is the stuff of legend, a 6th-round pick turned 7-time Super Bowl champion, with 10 appearances and records in virtually every major quarterback category. His legacy was already cemented in New England and Tampa Bay, but Cleveland offers something entirely new, the chance to lift a franchise long haunted by mediocrity and misfortune. It's the ultimate underdog story, and exactly the kind of narrative Brady has thrived on his entire career. While no official agreement has been reached, insiders confirm that Brady has met with Browns executives and has not ruled out a return. In fact, sources say the quarterback is intrigued by the opportunity to write one final chapter, potentially in the cold-weather, football-obsessed city that once saw him snatch victory from them in a 2022 overtime thriller. Could that very moment have planted the seed for this dramatic twist? Tom Brady's playing style has always been defined by surgical precision, unshakable composure, and a preternatural ability to read defenses. Unlike more mobile quarterbacks of the modern era, Brady has made a career out of operating from the pocket, dissecting coverages with pinpoint accuracy and timing. His quick release and mastery of pre-snap reads make him a nightmare for defensive coordinators, especially when paired with a strong offensive line and reliable route runners. In Cleveland's structured play-action-heavy system under head coach Kevin Stefanski, Brady's cerebral approach could thrive, unlocking new dimensions of efficiency and explosiveness. Brady's personality off the field is just as impactful as his skill set on it. Known for his relentless discipline, obsessive preparation, and intense competitiveness, he raises the standard of everyone around him. Stories from former teammates often highlight his leadership in the locker room and his ability to inspire belief no matter the odds. For a young and talented Browns roster, his presence alone could reshape the team's identity, bringing championship DNA to a franchise still seeking its first taste of that glory. Kevin Stefanski's offensive scheme is built on balance, timing, and adaptability, elements Brady has mastered over his 2-decade career. With a strong run game led by Nick Chubb, pending his return to full health, and a rising group of receivers, including Amari Cooper and Elijah Moore, Brady would have the tools to orchestrate an offense that controls tempo and punishes mistakes. Stefanski's system doesn't demand high-risk throws, which aligns perfectly with Brady's style. High-efficiency passing, situational brilliance, and killer instinct in the red zone and 2-minute drills. Even at 47, Brady's value to the 80. Browns would go far beyond the stat sheet. He's a walking blueprint for sustained success, and his influence would be felt in every corner of the organization, from the quarterback room to the practice field, and ultimately on game day. For Cleveland, this isn't just about throwing passes. It's about planting a new mindset. And if there's one thing Brady has proven time and time again, it's that wherever he goes, winning tends to follow. If Brady dons a Browns jersey, it would be one of the most surreal and electrifying moments in NFL history, a final encore for the ages. Whether this turns into reality or remains a tantalizing what if, one thing is certain: the Browns just brought the NFL offseason back to life. And once again, all eyes are on Tom Brady. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you like the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns! If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. In a move that's already sparking debate across the NFL landscape, ESPN analysts Mel Kiper and Field Yates are envisioning a bold new path for the Cleveland Browns in their most recent joint mock draft. This isn't just a tweak in strategy or a routine reshuffling of draft picks. It's a calculated, gutsy leap into the future with one name in mind: Jackson Dart, the Ole Miss quarterback whose stock has been quietly climbing, according to Kiper. And Yates, Cleveland isn't content to sit back and wait for the board to fall in their favor. Instead, they predict the Browns will execute a pivotal trade with the Washington Commanders, maneuvering their way up to the 29th overall pick in order to secure Dart. It's a scenario that paints the Browns as a franchise ready to make a high-stakes investment in a quarterback who may not be topping every draft board, but who, if developed properly, could become the centerpiece of a new era in Cleveland. Yates laid it all out during a recent SportsCenter special, telling host Laura Rutledge that Cleveland has decided to make its move. The Browns have made the decision. Trade up for Jackson Dart, he said, his tone suggesting not only confidence, but a sense of urgency. Dart, as Yates points out, isn't just another quarterback prospect. He was the oldest QB among the top FBS passers last season and led the nation in yards per attempt. His ability to throw deep and stretch defenses vertically sets him apart. But that's not all. His mobility and athleticism add an extra layer of unpredictability to his game. Despite being ranked 35th on Yates' big board, Dart's projection into the first round doesn't seem far-fetched to him. If anything, it's a preventative measure, an insurance policy against the unpredictable chess match that plays out every year on draft night. You try to get too cute and wait until number 33 overall, the New York Giants could jump ahead of you. Yates cautioned, suggesting that the Browns would be wise to act decisively before another team snatches Dart from under their nose. The subtext is clear. The Browns can't afford to hesitate. The quarterback position in Cleveland is far from settled, and with names like Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett currently on the roster, there's space, perhaps even a need, for a young talent who can be molded into the future face of the franchise. The Browns need a quarterback to add to their stable, Yates said plainly. And while he didn't downplay the veterans currently occupying the QB room, the message was unmistakable. There's an open door for a new leader to walk through. So where does Mel Kiper stand on all this? While this version of the mock was led by Yates, Kiper didn't hold back in expressing support for the move. His reaction was almost visceral. I like it, he said, affirming that a pick like Dart could electrify the fan base, especially when paired with a player like Travis Hunter, who in their mock is also headed to Cleveland with the number 2 overall pick. The offense could suddenly feel less like a question mark and more like a headline. Kiper sees the logic in surrounding the team with players who bring not just talent, but a certain energy. Players who can generate buzz, momentum, and most importantly, production. You got juice to the offense. You got to get somebody to get you the ball, Kiper said, framing Dart as the potential engine behind a revamped attack. And while there's been plenty of discussion about whether Dart is a better fit for a team like New Orleans at number 9, where he's been mentioned alongside Shedeur Sanders, it's clear Kiper believes Dart has been underrated by many. He can be a really good starting quarterback, Kiper noted. People underestimate his arm. That's a theme that's followed Dart throughout the pre-draft process. Doubt about whether he's exceptional in any single area. But that's also part of what makes him so compelling. He may not have the cannon arm of Cam Ward or the high-profile pedigree of Sanders, but his toolkit is complete, and his work ethic is relentless. Does he have wow factor in any one area? No, Kiper admitted. But he's good in all areas, solid in all areas, and he's highly competitive. There's something to be said for a quarterback who may not scream superstar at first glance, but continues to improve steadily each year. Dart fits that mold. Over the last 3 seasons, he's racked up more than 1,500 rushing yards, adding an element of danger on the ground that many overlook. He's not the flashy name that dominates headlines, but He might be the kind of player who quietly reshapes a franchise. Of course, there are questions. This draft class isn't being hailed for its quarterback depth, and no single prospect has emerged as the definitive future star. Dart is often placed just outside the elite tier, viewed as a notch or two below his more hyped peers. But in a division loaded with talent, where Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow are constant threats, the Browns don't have the luxury of waiting around. They need a plan, and they need a quarterback who can execute it. Kuiper summed it up best. In the great AFC, you got to keep swinging at quarterback. And to go get your guy, I don't think it was too much to give up. I like the move. The NFL draft is never short on surprises. But if the Browns do, in fact, make a bold play for Jackson Dart, it could mark a turning point, both for the team and for a quarterback who's been quietly preparing to seize his moment. Will Cleveland finally find its long-term answer under center? That remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, the Browns are no longer waiting for the right quarterback to fall into their lap. They're going out to get him, enjoying the content. So far, smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season.